Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius, November 20th, 2021. Now you can start considering a new purchase or important project. At work, you will do some new things that will keep you quite entertained. You are going to act with a lot of diplomacies, and that is something that they will value. Ask an expert for advice. If you want to make investments, you will earn a lot. You will use your ingenuity to improve your situation, and you will be right. Do not make hasty decisions in the sentimental. It is convenient for you to reflect. In love, your partner will offer you a pleasant surprise. Perhaps it is a gift. You will have the strength to achieve any goal you set for yourself. You should take a break and put everyday problems aside. You will feel wonderful if you can get in touch with nature. Your health appreciates it. Try to enjoy life and the people around you now that you can. When you were a little girl, how did you end this sentence? One day, I will be. Let your mind wander and list all the memories of the future that come back to you. Is your life as you dreamed it? If not, find out what you need to do to reduce the gap. If you can't remember anything, lie down on the grass and watch the clouds go by. This child's play will perhaps revive your numb memory. Don't let yourself be made to feel guilty without answering. You really need to focus on yourself and your personal pursuits. Your frankness will be fruitful. It will allow you to raise the esteem of those around you. On this Saturday, November 20th, don't try to be right at all costs. On the contrary, while waiting for your opponents to recognize your legitimacy, adopt a Zen attitude, ease off and opt for negotiation and the diplomatic status quo whatever happens. You manage to free up the time and motivation necessary to carry out your family or couple projects. You appreciate a climate that reconciles you with your better half, and you set off, as a duo, towards projects that are as motivating as they are promising. At work, as Venus will bring her into your 10th house, the natives of the sign will be determined to participate in projects and work activities that are connected to their interests and aspirations. Another endless day, entirely devoted to your work. How about getting homeless late tonight? How about taking the time to have lunch with a family member at noon? The social climate is for the reduction of working hours. Get in tune with your times. A successful personal life endures little neglect. In addition, the entry of the Sun into the 9th house of Aquarius aims to update the network of personal and professional contacts, lead work teams, and visualize the bases for the construction of dreams. Last but not least, the eclipse of the full moon in Gemini will happen on the 5th house of the sign of the water carrier, announcing the conclusion of a plan, which opens the way to new opportunities. As for your Aquarius health, you are now aware that, to grow, you must take responsibility for your mistakes and successes. Blaming others will no longer serve you. On the other hand, the transits in your 12th house also facilitate contact with important figures from the past and spiritual guides, the study of occult sciences, and the leadership of humanitarian aid programs. Another astrological aspect to consider is the entry of the Sun into your 10th house, which favors participation in group sports activities, especially with friends, colleagues, and other members of your social circle. The Sun influences your sign. The natives will feel full of vitality and energy. They will feel able to lift mountains. However, you will need to have your eyesight monitored. Your last checkup was several years ago, and your vision may have deteriorated since then. Even if you don't notice any changes, it doesn't cost a thing to check the condition of his eyes. An appointment with an ophthalmologist or a quick visit to an optician can be sure. This day is conducive to introspection. Take a step back to reflect on your lack of self-confidence. Even if you feel like you haven't proven yourself, don't be afraid to put yourself forward. You think about others so much that you sometimes forget that you are a whole person. Remember that you will really be a precious help to those around you the day you yourself are convinced of your own effectiveness. The next entry of the Sun in your Aquarius 12th house indicates a good time to meet new people, reconnect with old friends, and participate in social events, whenever circumstances allow. An astrological event of special relevance during this season is the full moon eclipse in Gemini, an event that will invite you to review the concepts you handle, about what love and personal relationships mean. In this sense, if you are starting a relationship, beware of the tendency to dramatize during arguments. If you're not in a relationship, be equally careful not to exaggerate your feelings. Be careful not to go overboard when you have an idea in mind, particularly in the areas of love, work and money. We must not confuse determination and obsession. If you focus on the same thing until you get sick of it, if you don't get it, you might want to talk seriously about it with someone you trust. You may need an outside opinion. In a relationship for a short time, everyone around you loves to read the expression of happiness in your eyes. Recognize it, the loved one knows how to live up to your expectations. By memorizing each of your desires, he wants to learn everything about you in great detail. Life passes in an instant. Savor at all costs what it offers us in several enchanting surprises. In your case, take full advantage of these moments of happiness and complicity in the gallant company. It is likely that you better be less rational and less logical in your approach to life. Maybe you are under the influence of a person or group who deviates your beliefs and pulls you down a line of thought that is not yours. Show independence of mind and intellectual freedom. You will once again feel capable of taking your destiny into your own hands. Money may not have a smell, but fear does. So immersed in the orbit of Mercury, you have a difficult experience today. Some natives might indeed see a fear reappearing that they felt as a child, that of being poor or of lacking something. Others will fear that an unforeseen expense will fall on them without their being able to control it. The good news, however, is that you can turn the situation around and use this fear as a driver to consider improving your savings arrangements. You find yourself professionally alone. You are disowned, your projects temporarily shelved, or you collide head-on with the hierarchy. Do not try to force the passage, because you are not in a dominant position. You are not totally wrong if you still have some hesitation about a future financial investment. You don't have enough support to embark on this new adventure. Little by little, things are unlocked. Looks like time is on your side. A new meeting is expected today for most of the natives of the sign. This rapprochement will offer you a lot of satisfaction and will be a good way to put your life back on the path of sociability. The day is also extremely favorable in this area. You will feel the need to see the world or to reconnect with lost friends. Just be careful not to monopolize the conversation on your issues. It may turn off more than one.